The world's richest retail tycoon, Amazon founder and chairman Jeff Bezos, has been walking on eggshells with his relationship with President Donald Trump since the election. Bezos has gotten close to him, congratulating him in public on X, and showing up at his inauguration, to which Amazon contributed at least publicly. He's also been smart with what he said regarding tariffs. In an X post in March, Bezos wrote that his Washington Post's opinion pages could publish the quote, devastating and distorting effects if tariffs are used to pick winners and losers. Late last Wednesday, Trump announced a flat 10% tariff with extra rates on some of America's largest trading partners, including 34% on China on Friday. China retaliated with the same 34% tariff, which, when added to its existing tariffs, totals 54%. The trade war was on again Monday, with Trump threatening further tariffs on China to potentially begin this week, which would bring the overall tax on Chinese imports to 104% during the biggest two-day decline in the stock market, last Thursday and Friday, since 2022. Amazon sure does seem to be a loser. The world's biggest online retailer is extremely reliant on goods made in China. Stocks dropped 9% on Thursday, April 3rd, versus the Nasdaq's 6%. Wiping out $16 billion from the net worth of the world's second richest individual stocks fell again on Friday. But on Monday, they edged higher slightly. It seems tariffs will increase the cost of imports from abroad, particularly those made in China, says Helena Wong of Phillips Securities. Gil Lura of D.A. Davidson says, quote, "This isn't good for anybody, and it's not good for Amazon." The products most affected would be electronics apparel and home products, where Amazon relies heavily on Chinese manufacturing as per Phillips Securities Wong and Jeffrey Waderzak of Pivotal Research Group Apparel, which accounts for an estimated 10, up to as much as 15% of Amazon's retail revenue may be especially hit, states Lura and Wadzak. While Amazon does not provide the share of merchandise bought outside the U.S., the analysts interviewed by Forbes estimated that between 40% and 70% of Amazon's merchandise is from outside the U.S., with most of that being from China. But there is a silver lining. Forbes interviewed 4 analysts, 3 of which said the tariffs, if they continue, could put Amazon at a competitive edge. Nicholas Jones, an equity research analyst with Citizens Capital Markets and Advisory, states, quote, "This is not an Amazon-targeted tariff. This is global, which means everyone else is going to be facing the exact same pressure as Amazon is. Your costs may go up, but you're likely still to go to Amazon because they'll deliver it tomorrow, right? Amazon has the advantage of convenience. Plus, Amazon is in the enviable position of having options for how it responds." Lurie explains that there are 3 so-called levers at work. Amazon may pass on hikes that shoppers pay to its suppliers, lower already thin margins on them, or swallow the rise itself, leading to its own narrowed margins. Amazon recorded a 9% profit margin last year in 2024. Lura believes Amazon will draw mainly upon the latter two, but states, quote, "If Amazon believes these tariffs will either not come into effect or not stand for long, it will sometimes choose to take the hit on margins in some categories. But the longer the tariffs are imposed, sellers and buyers are most likely to bear the brunt." Amazon's publicist, Stephen Kammerman, did not return a call for comment before this article was first published. Over time, as buyers and sellers absorb increasing amounts of related costs, Amazon could be the beneficiary. Jones, the analyst with Citizens Capital Markets and Advisory, adds, quote, "Just because it's pricey on Amazon does not automatically equal it's going to cost less at Walmart."